Hey guys, 24/7 Tech here, and 2018 is finally upon us. There's going to be some really cool tech releasing in 2018. I know that for a fact. Foldable smartphones, foldable displays in the smartphone, amazing electric cars, self-driving cars, Teslas, probably going to release the Model Y. Amazing laptops are supposed to arrive. It's just going to be an amazing year for tech once again. 2017, one of the best, especially for smartphones, I can tell you that. But today, usually, not most of my videos, but a good amount of my videos from the past long time have been about smartphones. But my second favorite topic to talk about is, if you guys haven't noticed, laptops. You could say expertise in both of these categories, and maybe smart home would be another one, and then some other stuff, cars, newly. But mostly these two I have strong, rich knowledge on, and I can give you the best product. So I'm gonna do this review as unbiased as I can. And I love this product, and I also hate this product, as every single product goes. This is the Surface Book 2 by Microsoft. Surface Book 2 was recently released sometime in November, I'm guessing. I think. It's a pretty good product. You won't be disappointed with it if you buy it, but there are other ups and downs to it. First, let's talk about the design. So this thing is I like it and I don't like it. So let's talk about the things I like. One, the display is really nice, the glossy, the touchscreen's really it's really on point. The pen works perfectly with it. And then I also like the port selection on it. It's perfect. It's what you need and nothing more. I also like the little feature, like you just have a one hand open, so there's no hassle on that. Another thing I like is it is a 2-in-1. You can fold it all the way to the back and use it. Another thing with this product in speciality, like some laptops do this, but most of them don't. You can detach the display out of it, which is really nice, because when you want to use it as a real tablet, that detachability is really nice. And once you plug it back in, that hinge is so strong and you don't have any wobble whatsoever. Another little touch I like that Microsoft gave is, with your normal tablet, you have a camera, so they include a camera. I think it's an 8-megapixel shooter with autofocus. I think an iPhone 6's lens, you can imagine it to be. It's pretty good. And a front-facing camera for all the things you would use it for. Okay, so one thing I don't like is the hinge. It has such a big gap in between. It just looks so ugly. It's thick when you put it in. And the color on it, it's a little dark and dull. Like, I wish Microsoft gave more options with it, like their Surface laptop and their Surface Pro. There's like 5 colors to choose from there. Once you're paying this much, I think you should have that. Another thing is the Surface Pen. There's a nice pen involved with it, but it doesn't come included in the $1,500 base price, which is a little disturbing, and you have to pay another extra $100 for that. And this product is developed for mainly design and video editors and pretty much anyone who uses a lot of power. And that pen could really help some like artists or like graphics designers or anyone like that. And one more thing I don't like is the trackpad. It's pretty tiny. Glass trackpads, this trackpad's fine by no means. You could go normal with it. But even my MacBook Air's trackpad is better than that in my opinion. And I don't blame it. Like, Apple has the trackpad thing down. No manufacturer has gotten that close to what Apple is doing. It's just a little disturbing. Keyboard is fine. Speakers are okay. They're not bad. They're not good. They're right in between. Price is not. We'll get to that later. But, okay, so next thing is performance. That's one of the most important things you would want from a $1,500 laptop. So you get a 13.5-inch display right here. if you want some dedicated graphic chip, I think you have to upgrade it to like the $2,000 model or something. It's really nice. I think it comes standard with an Intel Core i5. Starts at 3.4 pounds and 15 inches, 4.2 pounds actually, I think. Standard 256 gigabyte SSD and 8 gigs of RAM, so that's, I think, good. Like this nice starting range for them. Displays are pretty sharp. 3000 by 2000 on the 13 inch and 3240 by 2160 on the 15 inch. A little more PPI, I think 7 more PPI on the 13 inch, but you won't find a difference. Okay, so the next thing. Since it released in November 2017, one good thing it has is that it now, if you upgrade it to a nice model, I think Intel Core i7, it comes with Intel's new Coffee Lake processors, so you're ahead of the game, which is really nice. And then, as I said, integrated GPU if you upgrade it. 15 inch, it comes standard. DDR3 RAM, I don't know why they stick with DDR3, but whatever. You cannot upgrade this to 32 GB, so just like the MacBook Pro. It's coming just like the MacBook Pro, like it's close to that, you could say. There's 2 physical buttons, volume and power. These days, I don't know why you would use that, but okay. Well, I mean, I'll take it if you give it to me. Battery life is amazing. Longer than the MacBook Pro, up to 17 hours of battery life according to them. Nah. I'd say more you can expect around 12 hours, 11 hours, 12 hours. Maybe for the 15 inch, 10 hours, and 13 for 11 hours. You can expect that. Okay, so this thing comes in dual or quad core, depends on which one you get. So let's go to the pricing. The normal 13.5 inch display comes with an Intel Core i5 and an 8 gigabytes of RAM and 256 gigabytes of storage. This Intel Core i5 is not the Coffee Lake, don't get me wrong on that. It is the 7th generation Kaby Lake. So that's pretty much it. If you want the Intel Core i5, this is the specs you're gonna get. Things get a little bit more complicated as you switch to the i7. So the one I just talked about is $1,500. That's a pretty steep price. That's what the MacBook Pro was when it released in 2016. 8 gigabytes of RAM, 256. Same, pretty much equivalent. But when you upgrade it to just a little more, it gets pretty disturbing. Okay, so I want the new generation Coffee Lake because, let's say I want it, I don't really, but I have the 5th generation Haswell for my, or Broadwell, I don't know which one, for my MacBook Air. I need to be ahead of the game when I get my new laptop, so I want the i7 Coffee Lake. One of the good things is you can get that on the 13 inch. Some laptops just want to go with the 15 inch model to get that, but the thing is, it'll cost you $2,000, and that's the only thing I get for that. That's a little disturbing. So, you're telling me I paid $2,000 for a device with an Intel Core i7 Coffee Lake, which is a good processor, and 8 gigabytes of RAM and 256 gigabytes of storage? I don't think so. And for me personally, storage is not a problem. You can just back it up on a hard drive, or SD card is on this computer, so it's clearly fine. RAM, on the other hand, is a problem. So if it came with 16 gigabytes of RAM and 256 gigabytes of storage, I think I would be fine with it, but I'm paying $2,000 for 8 gigabytes of RAM, where I can go buy another Windows laptop, the same Windows that you're running, for a $400 computer, and then I could get 16 or possibly 32 if it's on sale. That's a little disturbing. So let's say, okay, fine, I don't care about the money. I'm gonna upgrade it to 16 gigabytes because I just need it. So it comes at $2,500 now, but the thing is, you do get 512 gigs of SSD storage, so it's a better bundle. But now you're telling me I paid $2,500 for an Intel Core i7 Coffee Lake, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and 512 gigabytes of storage. It's also a problem, but you want to spec it out completely. You don't want a 15-inch model because it might run you cheaper for all the specs, but you want an ultra portable so you can take it on the go. Okay, we got a laptop for you. Just comment down below right now what you think the price of the laptop I'm talking about right now is. I come with the Coffee Lake i7 processor, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and 1 TB hard SSD. How much would I cost? In my perspective, if it's not overly priced, or even if it's a flagship product, okay, around $2,000 to $2,500. That would be, it's not reasonable by any means, it's still pretty expensive, but it's what today's market is going to bring us. This thing says it's $3,000, and it's not even a 15-inch model. Just saying. Okay, now let's move on to the 15 inches. It gets a little better here. It's a little better than the 13-inch here, but base model, you're already at $2,500. Like that's it. Like, buy 2 of these base model 15 inches, and you have a iMac Pro. Review of that coming probably in the next month or so, just saying. But you get some pretty good specs here. 15-inch display, Intel Core i7, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and only 256 gigabytes of storage. Okay, so let's put this in line with the base model MacBook Pro. That's one of the most expensive devices I've ever seen, but it's heavily discounted too, but it's $100 less than this. Sorry. But the $100 difference makes sense because this is a little newer, it has a better display, well, sort of same. But the main thing is it comes with the Coffee Lake chips, which are more expensive than the Kaby Lake and rarer to find in computers, so I'm fine with that. Okay, that's fine, the price for that. So, you upgrade, okay, I can find a 256 gigabyte SSD out there for $40, $50, okay, even $100. So $100 profit, let's say another $100, so $200. So that's what you're expecting to pay, a $200 price increase, which is what the MacBook Pro is doing, I think, with the 15-inch models, or 13-inch. But Microsoft, from 256 gigabytes to 512, no difference in RAM or chip, cost you $400 extra, and now it's $2,900. Let's say you just need the powerhouse machine you can get and you hate Mac OS and you just want Microsoft, then I have a device for you. 15-inch Surface Book 2, 16 gigabytes of RAM, not even 32, a 1 terabyte SSD for $3,300. Okay, so from the past 5 minutes about the price, this has just been hysterical. What are you doing, Microsoft, with these prices? Like, I cannot find the Surface I want. Like, one, you tell me the highest spec model is $3,300 and you don't even have 32 gigabytes of RAM in there. What? And two, you're giving me this old hinge design and this ugly trackpad that I don't like. It's hard for me to recommend this computer to anyone, but in my opinion, I love Microsoft computer, but this one is the only one I didn't like. Surface Pro is really nice for students and everything. Surface Laptop, the best one for the all-rounder person. Surface Book 2, not so much. But if you are keen to buying this, but you don't want to pay the hefty price tag, the original Surface Book, which really hasn't changed in design or much, except for the specs, it still has a 6th generation, pretty good specs still, by today's markets. It's discounted heavily now. You can buy a base model for like $700 if you try. I think during Black Friday it even came down to $600, which is absolutely amazing. So, I cannot recommend this to you, even if you're a high power user. The Dell XPS, HP Spectre, sort of, and the MacBook Pro gives such a better option than this computer. But in this review, I will tell you that the Surface Book is another good option for you to try. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, drop a like down below and comment down below why you think this would be so expensive and would you buy a laptop this expensive. And if you really enjoyed it, just subscribe right up there. That would really help me, guys. We're almost at 100 subscribers. Come on, we can do this, guys. We're a team. And I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.